Introduced with in our previous classes, what we were introduced with was first thing was that what are the main themes of Midnight Children? Just an introduction. What was the scenario at the time of partition, right? And then we also discussed uh, the characters. You can mute your mics. Ashwini has a mic on. Ashwini, please mute your mic. Yeah. So I think now I am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
So, so we were discussing that the introduction of Midnight Children. When was it written? What were the circumstances under which it was written? Who the writer is? Where the writer was born? That part has gone into Pakistan. So Salman Rushdie had lived in Mumbai, then in Pakistan, which was at that time united with India, and then we discussed who are the Midnight Children. The children who were born at 12 o'clock, exact 12 o'clock, on 15th of August 1947. They are called Midnight Children. And Salman Rushdie is writing about them. Right? And Salman Rushdie himself is Midnight child. Right? So, the novel is not autobiographical, but Salman Rushdie's own experiences are also there, a bit of in this novel. Right? Then in the next lecture, we did characters of Midnight Children, the main characters in Midnight Children. And I told you that this novel is Bildungsroman. That means right from the beginning of the life, the birth, even before birth of the writer. Then I gave you terms post-colonial and post-modern. I told you that theme-wise, this novel is post-colonial. And technique-wise, this novel is post-modern. Yes. Okay. Now, after these points, we now move to the plot, or rather before plot, we move to the story of the novel, summary of the novel. What are the main events taking place in the novel? Since there are so many characters, the characters in the novel can be divided into major and minor characters. So we will be discussing major characters because the novelist is interested in showing the development of the character. Minor characters only help in setting the events of the novel. Okay, so now I am beginning with the presentation, and this will, I have divided the whole story into 11 parts. And if these 11 parts are understood by you, then you know the summary of the novel. And if you are interested, you can read the chapter-wise summary also. It would be given in internet, any place you can go to. And is the presentation visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this all we had done in our last class, so I am skipping all this. Characters also we had done, right? We have to begin from just hold on, it's taking time. From the summary of the novel, which I said that I have divided into 11 paragraphs, and yeah, this is what we are going to do today. Once you understand the summary of the novel, then in internet you can look for the chapter wise summary of the novel. This is the complete summary, short summary of the novel. Then there are 3 books here, so you can go to the chapter wise summary, and then we will be discussing the plot construction, how the plot is constructed, because that is very important. It's postmodern technique, as I told you. So that we would be discussing. Now, Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children was published in 1981. The technique here is magical realism. Realities at the time of partition and after partition are shown in the novel. But this realism is shown through a technique which is called magical realism. That means some magic, miracle takes place in the novel. This novel was critically acclaimed. That means it was very famous. Not only among common, say there are two types of novel. चेतन भगत की novel है, वो best seller है, मतलब बहुत सारी copies उसकी बिकी है. ठीक है. Critically acclaimed means all the scholars of English literature, they have praised this novel, admired this novel, critically acclaimed. And this novel won many prizes, among them Booker Prize is very prestigious prize in the field of literature. So Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children won Booker Prize also. The protagonist of this novel is Salim Sinai. Salim Sinai was born on 15th August 1947 at 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock midnight, India became free from British Empire. This novel stretches for more than 30 years of Salim Sinai's life. At the age of 30 years, Salim feels that he will die. His body is fragmenting, it's breaking down. And so at this stage, he wants that he should tell his story of life, his entire life story, to Padma. Padma is his beloved. Now the story begins with the story of grandfather, Adam Aziz. In the movie, this character is played by Rajat Kapoor, I think. So Adam Aziz lived in Kashmir, India. So in Salim's story, Adam Aziz is a doctor, and this doctor has to come again and again to treat a woman named Naseem, who later on becomes Salim's grandmother. When Naseem is just a young girl, a doctor, Adam Aziz, comes to visit her. And while treating Naseem, proprietary means the rules and regulations in Islam say that women should not come without veil, beparda, before a stranger. So Naseem cannot come before Dr. Aziz. So if she has stomach ache, there is a perforated sheet. This perforated sheet is a metaphor in the novel. That perforated sheet, the hole is kept before the stomach and the doctor treats the stomach, gives medicine and goes away. This happens again and again. Whichever part is aching or this is a problem, a doctor has to treat that part, seeing through perforated sheet. Now in this process, the father of Naseem wants that this doctor should fall in love with his daughter. And as intended by the father, the same happens. Naseem and this Adam, they fall in love with each other and they are married. After marriage, from Kashmir, they come to Amritsar. Here, this is the period when freedom struggle is going on. India is struggling for freedom at this time. So, is there anyone in lobby? No. Okay. So this is a time when that freedom struggle is going on. So all Salman Rushdie shows how there were protests for the freedom, how these protests for the freedom were violently suppressed by the British people. And in this process, the people who were protesting, they even died. They were massacred. They were killed. Okay, so this is happening. I have changed the slide. Is it okay? Have you understood so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now Naseem and Adam, they are married. After marriage, Adam and Naseem have 3 daughters and 2 sons. And Adam has joined a movement. There is an activist called Mia Abdullah. And Adam secretly has become an activist. He's helping in freedom struggle. Now, as the story progresses, Mia Abdullah is killed because of his beliefs. He also believes that India should be free. Now, Adam is a doctor. He gets an assistant named Nadir Khan. Okay, so this Nadir Khan, he is involved in that movement, and now he needs refuge. People are coming to kill him. So he wants a place to hide. Adam says that, okay, you can hide at my in the basement of my home. And Adam hides Nadir Khan in the basement of his home. Naseem, his wife, says that Nadir is cowardly. He's a coward person. Why can't he protest openly for freedom? Then ultimately what happens that since Nadir Khan is confined to the basement of Adam's home, Adam's wife prepares food, and Adam's daughter Mumtaz, she carries food to basement daily to feed Nadir Khan. And in this process of meeting in order to feed him, she's taking food in the basement for Nadir Khan, and they both fall in love. Nadir Khan and Mumtaz. Nadir Khan and Mumtaz, they marry. But even after 2 years of marriage, they do not have any children. So this marriage is not, consummated. They do not have relationship. Now, people find out that Nadir Khan is hiding at Adam's place. So they are coming to catch him. This news reaches Adam's home, and Nadir Khan then escapes. He leaves his wife Mumtaz behind. So Mumtaz stays at her father's home. After some time, there is a businessman, Ahmed Sinnai. Mumtaz is married again to Ahmed Sinnai, who is hero's father, protagonist's father, Ahmed Sinnai. Now, Mumtaz changes her name, new identity. She becomes Amina. And from Kashmir, she had moved to this place, and from here she comes to Delhi. Okay, now in Delhi, she becomes pregnant, and an astrologer, fortune teller, astrologer, tells her about the future child. And the prophecy that he foretells the future of the child, that is very strange. He says that the age of Salim Sinnai is going to be same as that of country. He will be no older or younger than his country. And at that time, Mumtaz cannot understand the meaning of this prophecy. अब नेशन का बर्थ ही तब हुआ है सलीम सुन्नई के साथ का. पाकिस्तान जब बना है तभी ये बच्चा पैदा हुआ है, तो उसकी एज तो देश की एज के साथ साथ ही बढ़ेगी. बट अमीना डज नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दिस. देन अहमद सिन्नई की फैक्ट्री में कुछ प्रॉब्लम होती है, एंड द टेररिस्ट दे कम, and they terrorists, by terrorists we mean that there is after independence there was lot of violence taking place. So Ahmed thinks that he should shift his business. So from Delhi, he comes to Bombay. That is Mumbai, present Mumbai. Now in Bombay, Mumtaz and Ahmad, they purchase a house from a British people. Now, since these British people after independence were leaving India, they were selling their house. They were selling their residences. So there is a Britisher, Englishman, William Methwold. He is selling his house because he has to return to England after India's independence. He has got no work in India. Though at that time we know that many English people, they stayed back. They never returned to Britain. You know, there's a story writer, Ruskin Bond. Have you heard his name?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. He did not return to England. He stayed in India, still lives in Missouri. Right. So this Englishman, William Methwold, he is selling the house. Mumtaz and Ahmad, they are rich enough and they purchase the house. Now the neighbor of Mumtaz and Ahmad is named as Wee Willie Winkie because his profession is to entertain. So he is called Wee Willie Winkie. And Wee Willie Winkie has an Indian wife, Vanita. Vanita is also pregnant and Mumtaz is also, they both, Amina, Mumtaz who has become now Amina and Vanita, they both are pregnant. Okay. Mumtaz or Amina is pregnant by her husband, Emerson Nai, but Vanita is was having a secret affair with Methwold, that Englishman. So Vanita is pregnant by this man, William Methwold. Both Vanita and Mumtaz, they at the same time they go into labor pains, and at the same time the child is born, children are born. So after childbirth, Vanita dies. During childbirth, not after childbirth, but during childbirth, Vanita dies. So there is a son born to Mumtaz, and there is a child of Vanita born motherless. Now this midwife who has delivered the babies, she is having a love affair with a socialist. Socialist is the one who does not want monarchy to come. He wants social equality. So this midwife, she decides that Vanita is a poor woman. So this poor child who is without mother and they are not good enough. So this poor child should go to this Muslim family who is very rich, Mumtaz and Ahmad. So she decides to switch the babies, change the babies, so that poor baby can have a life of privilege. And the one who is privileged should come to the poor family. Now, since the rich comes to the poor family, Salim is, so what we know now is that Salim is not the biological child of Mumtaz and Ahmad, but Salim is the child, really is the child of Vanita and Methwold. तो अब क्या हुआ? Salim is brought up in a Muslim family, is an half Hindu child and half British child. So this all is symbolic. India, Britain, Pakistan, all together brought up in the personality of Salim. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Salim
Yeah.
Salim is living in Pakistan with Muslim parents. That is, he stands for Pakistan. But real mother is Vanita. Okay, that is Hindu. So Islam, Hindu, and father is Christian.
Christian.
Right? So all three religions together come in Sunny, who is the protagonist of the novel. Okay, so this midwife thinks that this rich child, I am bringing it into a poor family where this child will not have mother. Vanita has died. So she becomes nanny of Salim. Okay, is it clear? Anyone who did not understand this relationship?
I'm understood.
All? This is important. Okay. Now Salim is very strange looking. When he is born, he has got a nose which looks like a cucumber. खीरे जैसी नाक है उसकी. And his eyes are blue. Blue eyes means meth world. His father is British, so that blue eyes. So one day, and a cucumber shaped nose is very symbolic. This we will see later. He has got strange sense of smell. So one day what happens that Salim is punished for hiding out in a bathroom. He doesn't know he's hiding in a bathroom and as a child game, and accidentally what happens, the mother comes to urinate and he witnesses this. So mother becomes very angry and she says that today you are not going to speak a word. And so the whole day he doesn't get to speak to anyone as a punishment. And during that period of silence, he is able to hear thoughts of every person. See, magical realism. That actually what person is thinking we can never know. But this child has got this strange quality in him that he can hear the thoughts. तो real जो thoughts हैं सबके अंदर के, realism, real thoughts, वो magic से बाहर निकल आती हैं. तो हमें रियल थॉट्स किसी की कभी पता चल ही नहीं सकती है, लेकिन क्योंकि सलीम के पास ये मैजिकल पावर्स हैं, इसकी वजह से हमें सबकी रियल थॉट्स पता सुनने को मिल रही है. सो दिस इज मैजिकल रियलिज्म. Ultimately, he realizes that he can also hear the thoughts of those children born in the same hour as him. खाली स्पेस की बात नहीं है, किसी भी जगह पर कोई है सिर्फ उसी समय बॉर्न हुआ है, 15 तारीख की रात को 12 बजे, उसकी थॉट्स वो किसी भी स्टेट में हो वो सुन सकता है. He also finds out that they all have powers. They have some other magical power. And these magical power intensify the close it is to 12 o'clock. जो 12 o'clock पे exact born हुआ है, he or she has the highest power. जो 12:01 पे हुआ है उसके पावर थोड़े कम हो जाते हैं, 12:02 पे हुआ उसके और कम हो जाते हैं. तो this is what he comes to know. This slide we will do because we still have 5 minutes. Now what happens, the Shiva, who has gone to जो वनीता और उसके पास है, मेथवर्ल्ड के पास शिवा, तो the child, actually Shiva's parents are Muslims, right? So Shiva, the child with whom he has switched birth, is physically strong. Salim is very weak. And Shiva is physically strong and is gifted with fighting. He has strong parts of fighting. So Salim loses a part of his finger and is rushed into the hospital. He happens to cut his finger and he has to go to hospital. Their doctors obtain his blood type. And it is revealed that Salim cannot be Ahmad and Mumtaz's biological son. Their blood groups do not match. At that time, Salim's nanny admits that she had switched the babies. Salim's father by this time has become alcoholic and very violent when he comes to know that Salim is not his biological child. So what happens, because Amina is mother, she takes Salim and his sister Jamila and brings them to, at that time Pakistan is created, so she comes to Pakistan. Father stays back, but Amina comes with her son and daughter Jamila to Pakistan. Jamila is just a baby at that time, she's little sister. And she comes to live with her own sister. So Salim is basically living with his mother and Mausi. Now after Ahmed dies, the family comes back again to Bombay. At this time, in some war is going on between India and China. On internet, you can find out which year it is when Indo-China war took place. Now Salim's this cucumber-shaped nose, forever it is giving problem to him. So he has got an operation so that the nose can be cured. Now after the nose is cured, he finds out that all his magical powers that were in the nose, they have gone. He is no longer telepathic. Okay, but at the same time, he used to know the emotions of the people. But here what happens now what he finds, that sense of smell is enhanced. He can get the smell from far off places, farthest of the places. And with that comes sense of people's emotions. So after India, what happened in that war? China won and India lost the war. So again from Bombay, the family comes. See, it is not stable family. Sometimes India, sometimes Pakistan, it is moving to and fro. There his entire family is killed. Jamila is left during this war, and this was a war that took place between India and Pakistan. Soon after Indo-China war, there was a war between India and Pakistan. In that war, Salim's entire family is killed. Mother's sister, maternal aunt, and everyone. Only Salim and Jamila are left. So this far we have done today. Okay, and I have sent you the story, the summary, entire summary on Telegram channel, and you can go through that. Okay. Can you see the presentation now? No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you go through that Telegram channel. I have posted summary of the novel, and read it further. In our next class, we shall further discuss the summary of the novel, and then we will come to plot construction. This discussing, I have left many important events that have taken place. During plot construction, we shall try to go through the basic. What I have done today, I have just given you the outline of this story. Okay, how the story progresses, you have that idea. So go through the summary, and then we will be doing plot construction. At that time, we will be doing the important events that have taken place in the novel. Okay, and it's a very complicated novel, so it will take time. But it's very interesting, I think. Isn't it? Any opinion? Ashwini? Kiran?
Yes, ma'am.
Ruby?
Ma'am, we will read it once, ma'am. We will get through.
One by one you can speak. Okay, we will take few minutes for this. Yes, Kiran. All of you, please mute your mic and let Kiran speak now. Yes.
I was saying it is quite interesting, but it is confusing also. Like Tom Jones, ma'am, in that Tom Jones, many characters were there. Na, in the same way, in this also many characters are there.
Yeah, characters are there, but here in Tom Jones, everything was moving in a chronological way, one after another. But here, that backward and forward movement is there.
Yes.
So this is a postmodern novel. So it's very much complicated. Then Tom Jones' problem was only one, that there were many characters.
Yes.
But the story was very simple. But here the story is very complex. That's the problem. because it's the postmodern. See, 18th century and postmodern. Long gap, wide gap. Okay. Yes, Ashwini. Kiran, you can mute your mic now. Yes, sir.
It's like that if now you have explained na, so if we'll go through the summary once, like we will read by our own na, then maybe few things, like many things will be clear to us, so that we can recall that yeah, ma'am was telling this and like.
Yes, you can recall that, and plus I think you have got character map also.
Yes, yes. So we have to like be with that character map also, no? Always while reading that.
Yes, while reading you can refer to that character map, and again that will make you clear. The more you read, more it will be clear. Yes, Ruby? Ruby wanted to say something? Mahima?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
Ruby, yes.
ma'am, you are explaining.
Okay, Mahima, you speak first. Huh?
No, ma'am, now it's time you are explaining, so it's easy. After that, we forgot, so that we have to read it again and again. That after that, we remember it.
Yes, you have to read it again and again. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Ruby?
Yes, ma'am. I can understand.
It's clear? Anyone
ma'am.
else who wants to say? Nikita, Nishi, Rakhi? Anyone? I'm seeing I just can't say one who's wearing nose ring. I just can't remember your name.
Anjali.
Anjali Kulshresht, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Anjali Kulshresht. Do you want to say something? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear. When we read it more than
This is what all of you are saying. Yes, I understand that. Just go through the summary at least 2 or 3 times before we have our next class. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you.